The weather has changed a little bit. The winds were blowing about 15 knots. They've up to about 20 knots now. It's still kind of sunny, but it's getting a little bumpier out there. Sea's a little rougher, the ship's moving around a little more, so some people are starting to feel a little bit queasy.
Even though the seas have kicked up, the work must go on. Today I followed along with the activity group as part of the Agouron course. One component of this group is to measure primary productivity, and to help explain this process, I'll turn it over to Brittany Widner.
First thing we do is we get up really early in the morning and we collect water from different depths, and then we take that water and we put it in little bottles and we spike it with a small amount of radioactively labeled bicarbonate, which is C14, and then we put the bottles on a really long line that goes in the water at different depths, so we have bottles at the same depths that we collected the water from the first time, and then we leave it there for 12 hours, and when we bring it back up, we measure what proportion of that labeled bicarbonate was taken up into the cells, and that gives us an estimate of primary production in the ocean, because the main mechanism for uptake of CO2 in the ocean is photosynthesis, and so that gives us an estimate of primary production.
One very important parameter to consider when measuring primary productivity is light.
Around 12 o'clock in the afternoon, Brett Updike is running an operation to measure the light in the ocean. This is called a PRR, a profile and reflectance radiometer, and what this does is it measures light that's absorbed into the ocean and light that's reflected back out. Well, why do we care about the light? Well, photosynthetic organisms depend upon this light for energy, so we really need to understand how this light acts in the ocean.
The other component of the activity group is to study bacterial production.
My name is Dan Nguyen. I'm a student at the University of Montreal. What is bacterial production? Bacterial production is a way to calculate how much biomass bacteria can produce, or how much they grow, basically. So why we want to know that is because bacteria in the ocean are very abundant. Like in 1 milliliter, you can have like a million of them.
Bacteria are kind of like the decomposers of the ocean. They consume things that have died and recycle that material into a form that can then be used by other organisms.
Tune back in for more aboard the Kila Moana.